Good morning. It's Coffee with Coach, and we're going to talk about relationships and why you need to let them see the real you. You have to give them every chance to leave, actually. If you're a man and you're dating a woman, I'm speaking of this from the male perspective. I'm sure a lot of this applies to females too, but I'm not a female and I work with men mostly and I deal with men, so I'm going to speak from that perspective. Unless you let them see the real you with all your rough edges, you'll never know whether they actually love you. So that's why it's important not to pretend to be someone you're not. You have to let them know your rough edges. Let them know your flaws. I'm not saying advertise all that on the first date, but I'm saying if you're going to get serious with someone, you have to let them know. I have ADD. I have autism. I smoke pot every day. All right? Whatever it is. I drink 5 beers every night. You have to let them know what's going on in your life, and that doesn't mean they're going to run. I've seen it so many times where the executive's wife is cheating on him with the bum because the bum knows how to get her turned on. And even with all the flaws he has, even guys living in their mom's basements, they're still able to get women because they're cool with themselves. And they're not trying to pretend to be someone they're not. They're like, yeah, this is what I am, take it or leave it. And we don't understand how attractive that energy is. When you're willing to lose them. You have to be willing to lose them in order to have a satisfying relationship and in order for them to love the real you. So your learning disability, your bad habits, whether you chew tobacco, whatever the hell it is, you have to let them know that. And the thing is, when you're raw and honest and you're open, that's a turn on for women. That's why they like the bad boys. They like the guys who don't really give a shit one way or another what their opinion is. This is what I am. Take it or leave it. And this also goes for having hard conversations in the relationship. So every time you bring up a hard conversation, you are risking your relationship. And every time you risk your relationship and it still works out and you turn towards each other and you still come towards each other, that is a chain of strength. You put one more bond between you. So that's what I'm trying to make you all understand is you have to be willing to lose them. You have to be willing to lose your relationship in order to get the type of relationship you want. And that means making your needs a priority. So, especially if you're living with someone, you have to let them know what your needs, wants, expectations, boundaries, all these things have to come out on the table. And no one's going to give you exactly what you want. We're not children. We're not living in a Disney movie. You're not going to have the type of sex you want every time. You're not going to have a clean house every time. Like, that's just not the way it works. But if they don't know what you want and what you need, then they're not going to be able to fulfill that need. So you're essentially testing them to see whether they fit in well in your life. And women do this to men all the time. They subconsciously do it. They don't even know they're doing it, but they will test your strength. Women will test your strength. They will say something to trigger you and see how you react. Whether you're like a rock, you're like a stone, and you're just like, huh? You just like, look at them like, what did you say? That's silly, and then you move on. Or if you get really triggered and have a baby toddler fit over it, then that's a red flag, and they're testing you in those moments. So in order to be an attractive man, even if you're an old guy like me, you got to be testing them. You got to let them know you're not so easy. And that involves having hard conversations about what your boundaries, expectations, wants, and all these things. And you might very well lose the relationship. So when you risk your relationship with hard conversations and even calling out bad behavior, like don't, when your partner does something that's not okay or they disrespect you, don't save it for later. Call that shit out right there. Even if you're at a restaurant, call that shit out right there. That's going to turn on a woman when you stand up for yourself. And even if you're willing to lose her, even when you set that boundary and you stand up for yourself and you're willing to lose her, either that will push her away from you or it will bring you closer together, and she will respect you. She'll respect you for being an advocate for your own needs. No woman wants to be your mommy. No woman wants to be your mommy, and most women like a dominant man, and that involves telling them what the hell to do sometimes. Like, for example, like one thing I tell people when they're on a date and they get invited to the woman's place is ask them for something. Be like, can you get me a glass of water? Ask them for something. Make them do for you. They want to serve you. They want to be an asset in your life. And a lot of these guys won't let a woman serve them, and they're not a good receiver. I've been like that. Whenever a woman has gotten me a gift or spent money on me or offered to pay the bill, I had a hard time accepting even sexually. That ties into sexual. You have to be a good receiver. Let them do for you. Let them do for you. Because a lot of time we do to them, right? The man penetrates the women. The man goes after the women. The man plans the dates. But sometimes they want to give to you, and you need to be able to receive that. And you need to be able to ask for what you want, because no human being can guess what you want. And like I said in the previous video, 80% of people I talk to who want to break up, they're not speaking their needs. So learn how to speak your needs and realize that when you speak your needs, boundaries, wants, that might be a deal breaker for the other person. They might leave you. They might be like, that's not what I want to do. Or I don't want to have sex once a week. I want to have sex maybe once a month. Or sex is not important to me in a relationship. I remember hearing that sex is not important to me in a relationship, but I didn't believe them. So then I stayed frustrated, right? Like, if you hear it from their mouth, you have to take their word on that and take the correct action. So if you want something in your relationship and the other person doesn't, then you got to break up. I mean, it's hard to be alone. It's hard to be alone, but I can tell you, being in a toxic relationship and being in a relationship where you feel like you're never enough and you're constantly having to jump through hoops and do different things you don't want to do, it will suck your energy, it will suck your money, it will suck your life, it will suck your soul, and you are not going to be happy. So, learn how to say no to things you don't want to do. Learn how to set healthy boundaries and be okay with them being unhappy. In fact, that's one of the biggest skills for you guys to learn out there, is get used to your woman being disappointed with you. No matter what you do, no matter how many dinners you take her on, no matter how many vacations you take her on, they're never going to be satisfied with just that. Let's say you're doing all that surface stuff, but you're not having the hard conversations. You're not asking for what you want. You're not communicating, and you're not taking the lead and being dominant. You could take on dinners and vacation until kingdom come. She's still not going to want to be intimate with you. She's still not going to desire you. So learn that you have to be willing to lose what you have to get better. Whether it's losing the relationship or risking the relationship so it gets better, you have to be willing to let go of what you got to get better. I believe in you. I love you. I care about you. And if you want to talk, I'm here for you.